Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Nova Scotia. Welcome back to Colorful Creations. I'm going to do a open cut pour today on a pretty big canvas. It is 24 by 48. I'll just get you down and show you that. Alright, so like I said, this is 24 by 48, pretty good size. It is a paint over. I did something on it before that was okay, you know, but I kind of got sick of it, so I painted it over with a coat of gesso. I had black. It comes in black and white. And I only had black left. Like, it doesn't really matter what you use. I just find that black is a little harder to cover on the edges if you're going with white for most of your color, which I am with this one. So I just coated it with the gesso, and then I just painted the edge all along the edge in white just to make it easier to cover. And then just make sure that the gesso is dry before you start. So these are my colors I'm using. I'll show you them up close in a minute here, but we have copper, gold, bronze, Payne's gray, which is like it's like a bluish kind of color, titanium white, quartz blue, and Aztec gold. So I'm gonna do an open cup, and I'm gonna use this 10-ounce cup. I'm just gonna cut a section off of it. Make sure the dust is gone. So yeah, so you know, it's nice and light. The paint should be able to escape out underneath it pretty easily. I'll just sit that there and I will dump paint into that and let it float around and do its thing. So I'm hoping to leave a lot of blank space and just make that white. You call that negative space, and just have minimal colors. Like, maybe I'm hoping to have at least 30%, 40% of it in just white, just to make it a nice softer painting to put on a wall, because this is pretty big, you know, so I don't want it to like overtake the wall. I just kind of want it to be a piece of art in the background. So I'll go through these colors. This is Aztec Gold by Sargent Art. Okay, this is blue quartz. This is my first time trying this one, so I'm pretty excited about this. So blue quartz, got some shimmer. Titanium white. This is by Mont. Marte's a cheaper brand, and it's fine to use for your colors like white, black. It's actually good with purple as well, and there's a few blues that are really good with that. This is Payne's Gray by Pebeo. It's not an iridescent, but it's actually really good to have some colors that aren't iridescent, because then your iridescent ones will look even extra shimmery. This is bronze. It's so pretty. Like, I don't get very much chance to use this, but I have all brown walls and brown furniture, so I think this is going to go really well. And that's by Sargent Art. Here we have 24 karat gold. I'm actually going to show you this one in the container as well, because the glue makes that one, it makes it look more cloudy. So once the glue dries, it'll dry transparent, and then you'll get this beautiful color. So this is 24 karat gold. This is copper. This is by Sargent Art. Another really pretty color. I'll get some gloves on, and I will move these out of the way. Now, for an open cup, you do want to have your canvas covered in a base coat first. So I'm just using the cheap tempera paint. I got this, I don't know, this whole jug for like $20, I think, on Amazon. It's pretty good, I think. Some people use house paint. I haven't tried that yet, but this is pretty cheap. I don't use this for in my painting because I find it has a weird effect, but it's really good for a base coat, and it's cheap, like I said. I'm sorry about the mess on there. I just can't seem to keep things clean like some people do in videos I see. I don't know. I feel like having everything messy is actually real life. So I am going to cover this in a layer of white. I'll speed that up a little bit for you because that's super boring to watch, and I'll be back when that's done. Alright, so here it's covered in white. I'm gonna pop all these bubbles. It's covered in bubbles, and I'm also seeing little chunks of stuff, which I'm gonna pick out with my tweezers. I guess I didn't clean off this canvas good enough to start with, because there's a few gross things. Okay, so I'm just going to set my cup here. I'm going to pour some white around it. So now I'm probably just going to put some music on here and let you enjoy. I'm gonna, like I said, try to keep a lot of white, so I'm going to put be pouring a lot of white in there too, probably after every couple colors. And I'll add some around as I need it. And we'll just play with it and see how it goes, I guess. I changed my mind. I'm gonna start over here closer to the corner. That looks like lots. I'm gonna give this a torch everywhere, just so if any cells come up, then we can stretch them when I tilt it. So far, I'm really liking this. It got a nice soft look like I'm going for. I drizzled some of that darker color over it just to give it a little bit of contrast. When I tilt that around, I'm hoping that's gonna just kind of pull it all together. Just gonna tilt this around to get it to cover the edges and then see how it looks when we're done. think I'm gonna leave this like this. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a lot of paint on here. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to get some of this paint off here or it's gonna crack. I might have to tilt some of this off. I'm gonna tilt this way again just to get rid of some of this paint. There's a big chunk of something in there that kind of messed that spot up. So unfortunately my composition is changing a lot. I think I liked it better before. And now I got this, you can't really tell. I lost most of the composition I had. I used way too much paint, unfortunately. I kind of want to fix that up, but I'm really liking the amount of blue that I have in the middle, so I think I'll just leave it. I might regret this, but I'm feeling like there's too much going on here and I want this to be nice and soft. And I really like the look here. So I think I'm gonna tip this and dump some more of that off. All right, I'll bring you in for a close-up. I think I might have liked this a little before, but it's definitely a nice soft look that I can put on a wall and not feel like it's overtaking everything. So let's have a look at these gorgeous colors. It's like the copper, the gold, blue. There's the bronze. I got a little of that darker blue coming through. Not as much as I thought would be, but I think I end up dumping a lot of it off. So you see these nice iridescence. I used way too much paint. Like I underestimated big time. Or overestimated, I guess that's the word. I really like this Payne's gray. And that gold is gonna be so pretty when it dries. And then this is another reason I like using that tempera paint as the base, because it gives it this really different effect. It kind of comes up like these weird, it's not cells, but it's like these spots come up and it gives it a nice little something. There's some more of them here. So we'll be back in a couple days when this is dry. And have a look at it then. All right, here we are with it dry. There is no resin or varnish or anything on this yet. It dried lighter, which I actually really like. I think a coat of varnish will really liven it up though. Maybe a couple coats. So I'm not as happy as it was before I had to dump a bunch of extra paint off, but still it turned out really nice. It's a nice subtle background type of painting that is not gonna take over the place. And it kind of matches with everything, so I really like that. So what do you think? You can let me know in the comments of the color combination and technique. The only spot I think I really don't like as much is this gold section here. It kind of doesn't really match, I don't think, but you know, maybe it gives it a good contrast that other people would really like. So tell me what you think of that.